Content warning. This episode features themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Please check our show notes for more details. Previously on Tabletop Trouble.
It's very dark, but with your dark vision, you can see what appears to be a small metal bear head. And as you step closer to it, it says,
"Viral threat detected in this vicinity. My name is Teddy Triage, and I'm here to help stop the spread of infection."
You knock on the back of this door. You can hear a voice. What? Who is that? This room is top secret.
Not secret enough. Let me in.
Well, your giant robotical bear thing is cutting a village off from the world.
You must be mistaken. Teddy Triage, he only serves to stem the flow of an infection before a cure can be found. As you are being pulled by Sookala, this creature lifts both of its arms into the air and goes to slam them down on the both of you.
Whizz.
And then standing in front of you is Tuck. And he is holding back the arms of the bear. Tuck, hold up, bargain. Isaac, you are running through a forest, and you feel a sense of dread hanging in your chest, and you're not sure how you got here.
Do I recognize this forest at all?
There is a strange familiarity to your surroundings, but your heart is racing so fast that you're not able to piece together where you are.
Do I know what I'm running from?
You're running to something.
What is it?
And as you bolt through this forest, as if the hounds of hell are after you, you find yourself in a clearing with a large tree at the center of it. Sunlight bathes this serene scene, and as you look around, the flowers are stained with blood. And in front of the tree is a woman, and she is floating off of the ground, her back turned to you, and there are corpses littering the ground at her feet.
I'm kind of awestruck as I take witness of the scene and cautiously approach her.
As you step towards this floating figure, it's almost as if light is radiating off of her, as if she's got an aura of pure white light, and you can hear her muttering something under her breath. But she hasn't turned to your attention.
How close am I to her at this point?
You're about 25 feet away.
Do I have any of my equipment with me?
As you look over your equipment, you don't have any of the things you would normally recognize. Your bracer is missing, the same bracer that you received when you became a warlock. And all you have on you is your broadsword.
I take a few steps closer and I start to step to the side and I call out to her. Hello.
As you speak, your words are muffled. You're projecting, but it's almost like there's a barrier between you and your words coming out. But this figure turns her head towards your direction, and you recognize this face as the face of Lucina, the celestial that you are bound to. Her lips are moving, but the words aren't reaching you, and you see black blood coming from her eyes, as if she's been crying tears of blackness. And she has a distressed look upon her face.
My heart is clenched in my chest right now. I rush to her.
You run towards her, reaching out, but as you step forward, the distance between the two of you grows, as if something is keeping you apart, and she points behind you.
I hastily look behind me.
As you turn around towards what Lucina is pointing at, you see the forest that you ran through slowly growing darker, as if the darkness itself is moving in on this location. And as the whole world begins to grow dim, you see a set of bright red eyes piercing through the forest, and they move with the darkness as it gets close to you. And before you can do anything, you are shocked awake, and you are sitting in this same clearing, but none of that distressing imagery is here. You are laying head on the lap of Lucina, and she's looking down, and there's sweat running down your face. Did you have a bad dream?
I think I'm okay. I smile at her and wipe the sweat from my brow, let some of the color come back into my face, and reach up and touch her. I'm fine as long as you're here.
You reach up to touch Lucina, and she holds her hand out to touch your hand in return, but you phase through her. I'm sorry, I'm not back yet. I had to send you a message. The veil between our worlds is growing distant, and I don't know what it is.
What can I do?
She says, I'm going to try and find out what is drawing our worlds apart from my end, but I need you to do the same. I can't reach through with the power I did before. I'm still recovering from what happened. But I need you to try and find a way to stop whatever is pulling our planes apart.
He takes his arm and he covers his eyes, takes a deep breath. I'll do what I can. Just, when can I see you again?
As soon as I've recovered and I can travel through the planes, I'll stop and I'll see you. I want nothing more. But if our planes drift too far apart, the light of my world will be blackened in yours.
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
I have to... It's brick, and then it goes dark.
But hey, you got a girlfriend that's an angel. Nice job.
Oh my god.
The party is walking back towards Phineus Anwir's manor. You have just felled Teddy Triage, the mechanical monstrosity who was helping with the illness by turning people to stone. Thanks to your goblin friends, you were able to take down the beast and secure his eyes. One in gold crystal, the other in blue. And as you make your way up the road towards Phineus Anwir's manor, you pass Isaac, still petrified and frozen in the same position you left him in.
Can we intuit a way to use these gem things to unfreeze him?
They have like runes carved into them, as well as like what appear to be mounting points on the back that would power these crystals, so to speak. But it doesn't appear just by looking over them that there's a way to get them going without some sort of power source.
Okay.
Are you the one holding the crystals?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would take up that executive position, considering
I just want to make
recent
sure
events.
in case something happens to any one of us.
We know who has the stuff.
I look around me in anticipation that something's bad's going to happen to me again.
As you look around,
Oh, shit.
the world has a calmness to it and a stillness that is kind of unsettling. And you look around the manor, and the monsters that you had previously had to run from are gone.
Oh no.
Is it still foggy out?
It's still foggy, but there's
Can I see the town?
from where you are, no.
House is haunted.
But you don't see any of the monstrosities that you had previously encountered at this house.
Kako is going to walk up to the front door of the manor and kick it open.
Make a strength check for me, specifically athletics.
We know how to get in.
Well, yeah, but why would we climb the window if the front door is open?
He says as he kicks the door down.
You do know. Hey, Lessa, I yell up to the window. Could you throw
It's
down a
5.
rope? Could you throw down that rope that we left you with?
There's no response. You can see in the window is still the armoire that you had her push in front of the way, blocking the window off in case anything was to come and get her. What did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
You kick against this door, and your boot sticks into like the sludge that has been left behind by these monsters. And as you rip your foot back, your boot almost comes off, and then it off of the door.
I kick it again.
Make another athletics check for me.
That one was a 14. What's that do for you?
You kick this door. You've kicked a lot of doors down in your time, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like so many.
You're used to
I have a
the
book on it.
you're used to the familiar crunch of the wood and the way the door snaps off of its hinges.
The nice heft of a heavy maple door just going, "Fuh!"
Yeah, this feels like you're pushing through mud as you kick this door. You push against it, and the door just kind of like eventually gives, and you can feel it as it pushes through, but it does eventually slightly creak open. It appears you've busted the lock away from this wood. It appears that the sludge and the infection that's run through this has rotted the door away. It kind of squelches as you push it open.
Okay. I'm going to take a look inside. Is anything different about the house?
You've never been fully downstairs. You took a peek down the stairs, but you never like went to explore. It doesn't appear to be any different than the last time you looked in. This section of the house is not well maintained, just like the music room you were previously in. The wood itself appears to be rotting away, and the house almost looks sick. Everything's covered in a thick layer of dust, and there are books and more art just laid around this house, but all of it is almost melting.
Is it like dripping everywhere? Like from the ceiling and stuff?
The ceiling's not dripping. It appears like the higher you go, the less this rot has spread. Like the house is rotting from the ground up.
Imbibing one and the slippery one, I'm going to go up the stairs and locate the little apprentice.
Okay, I'm gonna go find Phineus and tell him we've got the crystals so that he can fix Isaac.
I took a nice hefty pace upstairs with my axe drawn, going intermittently, Lessa girl.
You walk up these stairs, yelling for Lessa. Whizz, you also head up these stairs in the direction of Phineus, and you guys split off. The door to Layla's office, where you left Lessa, is still kicked open, but the wood chips that were left by you kicking the door open have been cleaned up, and besides the door being busted, the room looks immaculate again.
But is Lessa in there?
As you peek around the corner, you hear the sounds of friendly chirping, and as you look around this room, you can see Lessa sitting at the desk where Layla once worked, as the three little droids are pulling books to her and like flipping over to specific pages, and she is like deep in thought reading, and she's like chewing on a pencil as you come in and jotting stuff down.
I'll put away the hand axe, and I'm gonna like walk up and just kind of like lean over and see what she's reading.
Make a medicine check.
9.
You read over these notes that she is engrossed in. You can't really make out much of your understanding. You pick up on the words parasite, drone, but it's a lot of complex terms that you're not really familiar with.
I'm gonna kind of like tap her on the shoulder.
She jumps, and as she looks shocked, the three little robots turn their attention to you and make like a loud like clicking noise, and you can see their little like sensor crystals flashing little red lights.
Oh, they gonna fuck you up.
Oh, the little robot is scary, yes.
And Lessa turns to you. Hey, be nice to them. They've really helped. When did you get back? I didn't even notice you come in.
I've been here for 5 hours.
You see her face, and she's like, how far in did I fall? Like, she shakes her head. She's like, this is a lot. When I came in here, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think I was going to find much. I don't know much about medicine other than what Mom taught me. But I promised you I would do my best and find stuff. Well, I made a mess, and the robots got mad at me, but once I helped them clean and then picked up my mess, and they began to sing almost. And it was a very calming song. And so I sang back, and they started to bring me books, and the puzzle pieces started to just fall together. We're in trouble.
In like a general sense, or in the more specific, immediate pending danger sense?
In the sense that Skynet just became a thing.
No, not like the robots are trouble. They're really sweet, actually. And she holds her hand up, and one of them like jumps into her hand and nuzzles against the inside of her palm and begins to kind of like coo.
Oh, fuck. We got robot babies now. We adopted Lessa. Now we got to adopt her robot baby. We're grandparents now.
And she strokes the top of this robot, and it jumps off and begins to like flip to more pages.
So what did you learn?
Is everyone else here? It's a lot to take in.
We are going to meet the man who runs the house.
Okay. Yeah, he's probably going to want to hear this too.
Okay.
She begins to collect books up, and she goes up to the whiteboard, and she begins to erase the notes that are on there. And you can see the little robots almost have a panic attack, but shh, and they calm down.
Before we leave, I'm going to shut the door and then kick it open again.
You shut the door and kick it open, and splinters go flying all over. This door is now in like two. Half of it has fallen into the room, and the robots immediately jump off of Lessa and begin to try and push this door out of the room. And
robots are going to murder you in your sleep.
They're struggling to push it. Lessa looks at you, she's like, was that necessary?
Yes.
And she walks over and she helps them push this door out of the room. And the robots jump back up on her. Whizz and Sookala, you guys are headed back to the safe room where you first encountered Phineus. You climb down the long steel shaft down into the safe room, and as you walk past the teddy bears, they repeat their message. They kind of whir uncomfortably as if their programming's not complete, and you find yourself at the entryway into Phineus's lab. You see him standing in front of a series of cages with some of these slime creatures locked inside of them, and he has like a big rod, and he's stabbing them through the cages, and it drops to the ground dead.
Well, did you just kill it?
Well, yes. They've started acting erratically. Something happened within the last hour. I don't know what you did up there, but these things have been screaming.
That's not cool, man. We took out the bot.
Oh, you shut down Teddy.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, we shut him right down.
Now that he's shut down, we can go back and reprogram Teddy and have him go on patrol to unfreeze everyone.
You know goblins?
Yes, I know of the creatures.
Well, then you know what happened to your robot.
Wait, are you saying that Teddy is dead?
Teddy isn't dead.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, since he was a machine, no, he's gone. But, on the bright side, we still have his eyes.
It will take me months to build another Teddy Triage. I don't even know if I could do it on my own.
Months?
Months. The only reason this one got built was because I had help from my assistant. My assistant left months ago.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I mean, that sounds... But what if we use these tiny teddy bears and we have a tiny teddy first aid kit?
It was my assistant who helped me focus on the miniaturization of them.
All right, I understand what you're putting down here. We'll go find your assistant. Bye.
We don't have time for that.
Oh, good.
Valhastra left months ago.
Valhastra?
Yes. She's a curious little automaton. I don't know where she came from, but she came here saying that I had to help her stop the end of the world. She helped me focus on the miniaturization of Teddy Triage.
Well, you have the miniature versions outside the door. Wouldn't they just work?
I've been trying to program them, but even still, I don't have miniature versions of their power generators for the eyes. Hold on, I have an idea. It's not perfect, but I could hook the crystal up to a power source, and if we get someplace high enough, we can overcharge the crystal and create a giant flash that will theoretically turn everyone back.
Theoretically, how much of a percentage are we looking at here? I'm not great at math, so you'll have to spell it out for me.
This is more of an art than a science. I'm basically going to pump a bunch of magical energy into this crystal until it explodes.
Well, it would seem like that's our only option. This sounds like a really bad idea, guys. I've been around a few bad ideas in my time.
I mean, the other option is to go around and manually convert everyone back to flesh.
If we could choose who came back, that might be actually preferable.
That could take a long time, though.
Well, raise your hand if you're all for exploding crystal. And I raise my hand.
Sookala also raises her hand.
Phineus raises his hand.
And also, Ophelia lifts her head as I don't know what noises snakes make, but she's in agreement.
Seems pretty unanimous, my guy.
This table is
just, let's go explode some shit.
He begins packing a heavy sack with a bunch of materials, and as he is following you, you can see him tinkering on something.
How high are we going to have to get? Because I have some mushrooms.
Real high.
He looks at you and he says, ideally somewhere center to the outbreak. There's a bell tower in the church. We could hook it up to the bell tower there and blast away any of the
where the church people are?
Well, yes, where the church people are.
That hate magic?
Wait. The church hates magic. Since when?
Buddy. They kind of want all of us dead, and they hate magic. So this getting to the tower thing is going to be a lot harder than you think.
So there's this old man who's practically already dead. He's been sacrificing people. I think I wasn't paying too much attention because I just want to go home. Anyway, he hates magic or something and says God hates magic.
Father Gregor.
God sounds magical to me. I don't know.
Father Gregor.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, that is the guy
I think you guys must have your wires crossed or something.
Nope, you've been in that room, that safe room, a long time.
We went to jail just for knowing the word spell.
I definitely was sober when he tried to have us killed.
He rubs his temples and he says, I know Father Gregor.
He was a mage before he took to the cloth.
Well, then you go
Bruh.
talk to him then, and we will stand right here and wait. It's a safe distance.
Well,
It's a real bad idea, man, and I'm just...
you would know the town better than I would. I haven't been down there in months.
We can...
I sent a courier to the town to tell them to be on the lookout for Teddy, but I never heard back.
Oh, they probably killed him.
Yeah. Well, he might have gotten infected. Maybe he's okay. You know, like, let's look on the bright side of things, okay?
Sure, maybe they killed him quickly.
As you guys are talking, the creature that he killed as you walked into the room gets up
Oh,
and
fuck.
begins screaming and like reaching through the bars, and you can hear like cracking as its bones like begin to break as it pushes itself through these bars, all the while letting out a loud shriek.
I also let out a loud shriek, but I do not reach through the bars. I just scream and kind of back up very quickly.
I thought you were like trying to assert dominance, like screaming at it.
No dominance here. I am but a scared little child. I was caught off guard. My whole act has dropped to the floor. I was startled.
Phineus grabs the rod and like pulls it back and stabs it in the head, and it goes limp again. He says, "Persistent fuckers, aren't they?"
I wasn't scared. I had that whole situation under total control. Didn't even pee a little bit. Shall we go?
I do have a plan if we're planning to go to the tower.
What's the plan?
If you haven't noticed, I can fly.
That is like your one thing I had noticed.
I can fly. So I can take the contraption you built up to the tower and set it off. It won't hurt me, right?
Well, if you're within range of it, it definitely will stun you. Anyone who is exposed to the light will at least be stunned.
Stunned for how long?
That depends on your fortitude.
That's not a thing in this edition.
That's a dexterity or constitution. How
I'm a
squishy
pretty
are you on the inside?
I'm a pretty sturdy fellow. My bones probably aren't hollow.
If that's a risk you're willing to take, it's your life, not mine.
Sorry, we need to roll back to probably aren't.
Anatomy wasn't my best subject in the Fae.
In Genie High School.
Hey, that's real and I wasn't accepted. That hurts.
No.
Where's Kako? Where'd he go?
Yeah, do we arrive yet?
Kako, you are standing at the top of the ladder that leads down into the shaft, and you can hear Sookala, Whizz, and Phineus kind of talking amongst themselves, and you hear a scream, and then it goes quiet again, and the talking continues. Actually, you hear two screams.
You see, Lessa, it is the third scream you should always look out for.
She's in the other room, not listening to you.
Oh, what? She didn't follow me?
No, she's writing on the whiteboard.
Oh, I thought we were both coming in here to...
No, I think
now a mad
she's. I think she's
scientist.
writing down like what's going on.
I do love you turning to talk to her, impart your wisdom on her, and her just not. God damn it, Lessa! I was trying to teach you a lesson.
No, I mean maybe this is good. She's finally branching off from your bad teachings.
See, you'd like to think that's what's happening, and that's just because she took my teachings and not your teachings. Anyway, I shout down the ladder thing just like, hey, Lessa has a thing to say.
Yeah, you hear this voice yell down this tunnel, and it echoes off the walls. And as he yells down, you hear that screaming once again coming from the room behind you.
I run over and pick up a teddy from the hallway and throw it at it.
You chuck a teddy, and you hear it singing its happy little song as you throw it across the room. And it hits the creature, and he shakes it off.
Bad vibes, be gone.
But he continues to kind of pull himself through the cage, and you can hear bones
All right,
breaking.
let's go. Chop, chop, let's get away. And I grab two more teddies in my hands and go back up the shaft.
They both hug you as you pick them up.
Oh, I love these fellas. Wow, this is the first genuine hug I've had in months.
I was also gonna grab a teddy, but then I saw it hug Whizz, and I said, no thank you.
Well, here, have a hug.
No.
I push it a little bit closer to Sookala.
No.
Come on.
No.
Teddy Triage is your best friend.
Oh no, I smack it.
You smack it to the ground, and it repeats the same threat that the big Teddy repeated to you, and does like a little flash walking away from you, wobbling side to side.
Aw.
You can
At least
fucking fight me, Teddy.
I still have one. I'm gonna have him hold on to me while he's hugging me so I can actually climb up.
You guys all climb up the ladder to the top, and as you get to the music room, Phineus goes over to the piano and hits a couple of keys on it, playing a short little ditty, and as he does, the fireplace slides back into place, and that screaming you hear coming from down in the panic room is slowly snuffed out as this fireplace locks the panic room back up.
Are they going to be okay?
Well, I certainly hope not.
Oh, do they eat the baby?
Most assuredly, they eat the babies.
Oh, okay. This man gets it. Why do you always look confused when I say that?
It seems like a valid scientific question to me.
Right? Yes. Hello, sir.
We've met once already, but hello to you too as well.
I did not realize you were a colleague then, but merely a weirdo in a basement.
I am no weirdo. I am famed inventor Phineus Anwir.
I can see that now. I am famed monster hunter, Kako Ikeo.
I am unfamiliar with your work, but I must say, you certainly have the promise of a man who knows what he's doing.
I extend the same sentiment to yourself.
Somebody stop the circle jerk, please.
Oh my god. And I just walk out of the house. I will go die in the field. Just shut up. And
Where did
I
you
leave.
say Lessa was at?
Oh, she's in the other room.
Phineus looks at the door that's been kicked down and pulled out into the hallway. What the hell happened to Layla's room?
There was a fight. We could not save the door. The fight may or may not have been with the door.
He looks at the door and he says, well, I guess it's not that big of a deal.
Yes, it was in fact a necessary demonstration to my protege, who is currently writing all over your wife's scribbles.
I came back because I thought there was going to be a fight, but then there wasn't.
You walk into Layla's office, and Lessa is pretty furiously drawing diagrams and notes onto this whiteboard as she readies to explain what the fuck is going on.
Is she a savant?
She's using very common words. It's not anything fancy, but she has clearly picked up a few terms from this book.
She's not doing calculus on the whiteboard.
No,
Okay.
she's just trying to explain as best as she understands what she's writing down.
I don't understand any of this.
And at the very top of the whiteboard, she has the word infection written, but it's crossed out. And next to it is parasite.
Oh, it's a living thing.
Lessa says, okay, everyone's here, right? Well, Isaac's still outside, but it's fine. I'm sure you can catch him up. I don't understand everything that your wife, and she gestures to Phineus, that your wife was working on. She was way smarter than I. She was way smarter than almost everybody. Yes, sorry, I meant no offense.
Don't apologize to him.
Yes, don't apologize if you know what you're talking about. Feel confident in it.
Continue.
What a dick.
Okay, we were under the impression that this was an illness of some description, that people were being infected and that it was being passed from person to person.
I mean, yes, at first Isaac was kind of feeling sick, and Kako was sick at one point too, so we all thought it was like an illness. Is it not?
It's not. This sickness, it's alive. And it has a goal, and it has a mind of its own. Sorry, let me explain. I was going through Layla's research. She was sent a sample of this sickness about 3 years ago, and was asked by a colleague to investigate it and figure out what it was. She started experimenting on it, and unfortunately, as science goes, experimenting on it with living creatures. When it was first introduced to these creatures, it didn't really have an effect. It would grasp on to a being and then die off and nothing would happen. But eventually, after enough trials, it did grasp to something, an exceptional specimen. And
What was it?
she was studying on rats, but it was a strong rat, a very smart rat. And when it latched to this rat, it spread like a plague. And it would bring the strongest of the rats to its side, and the weaker ones would hunt and bring more back. She classified these into 3 separate categories. The ones that we've been seeing out in the woods and outside, those are called drones. They go out and spread this parasite by whatever means necessary, only to feed off of more people to keep itself going. As far as I know, we haven't encountered any of the second stage. Those are called elites, and they're the strongest, the smartest, the most capable of people. It's almost as if this parasite is gathering strong specimens and keeping them with the brood mother. And she points to the last picture. This is where the parasite originates. It latches onto a brood mother and begins to spread through the local populace. She ended all the experiments once it started getting out of hand, but she got infected and began to turn. She lost control of herself, and before it could become a problem, she took her life. She killed herself because she didn't want this to spread, but somehow it's spreading.
Did you know that your wife killed herself?
You can see he's got his head in his hand. He says, I knew that she had taken her life. Something with her in those final days changed, but I didn't know that she was sick. She always seemed so strong.
I give him a pat on the shoulder.
Thank you.
We gotta clean up what she started.
So, how would we go about the locating of the brood mother?
She looks at you and she says, it should be easy. The brood mother serves as a kind of beacon, and as she grows her brood, the circle gets larger and she's able to pull more in. The goal is to find more brood mothers and in order to keep this infection going until it spreads. But it would have to be somewhere near where the infection first started.
Do we know where that is?
Wouldn't it be here?
Well, no, because she found the stuff. We would have to... Men, do you know who the person who brought her the thing?
She said it was a colleague in the capital, but if there were an outbreak in the capital, surely news would have spread this far.
Lessa, is there any indication that the elite peoples are also grotesque, weird faces?
They all exhibit some sort of change. The parasite feeds off of them, changing them from what they were. I don't have much cataloging the elites. Once she learned what was happening, she shut the experiments down before it could spread too far. She didn't want to risk an infection.
This is only the wildest of speculations, but I think the priest man might be...
An elite?
Yes.
That's a pretty good assumption.
At the very least,
Considering Phineas's reaction when we told him that he was not a nice man.
Yes, at the very least, we should expire him just for general public safety.
Do I get to kill the priest?
Whoa.
Yes.
Let's not say expire.
Right.
I cover Lessa's
eats
ears.
the baby.
Excuse
Cover
me.
her ears?
I have just spent hours reading about people, or animals in this case, transforming into slime creatures. I think I'm prepared to hear that someone might be killed.
She's a grown woman.
All right.
Lessa, would you like to
She's a
come with us when
grown
we kill the
dwarf.
monster
All
men?
right.
If you think you need me, yeah, I'll come.
Sir, do you have a spare weapon that would suit someone the first stature? Like a short sword or a spear?
He looks her up and down and then says,
I hand her Teddy.
Lessa, you don't have
Teddy
to keep holding
Triage
that.
is your best friend. I'm good. And you can see like the little robots on her shoulder beep in anger as this new robot is introduced. And she puts it down.
Taking it back. I let him latch on to me again.
Do y'all remember when I was the most weird and interesting thing in the room? I do. I missed those simple days 2 days ago.
It's been about 8 days.
2 days ago, I didn't have little robots.
Do we have weapons for her?
He goes over to the whiteboard. Well, yes, of course. And he puts his hand on the whiteboard and it slides open and there's a little, it's not like weapons, it's more like tools. You can see like clubs and prods and things like that. Not necessarily swords or daggers or anything. There's a couple of scalpels and knives. She goes over and she grabs a club. Yeah, this'll work.
That's the attitude.
Scalpel?
Help yourself.
Hell yeah. I grabbed like 3 scalpels and just put them in my bag.
I feel significantly less safe.
I grab another scalpel.
Oh no.
Yeah, you pocket a bunch of scalpels.
Right in my components pouch. I'll find use for them.
Just
I have a +5 in medicine. I'll learn how to be a surgeon.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Or just shank somebody the next time we get in prison.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea too.
This is true.
They're not going to take non-magical items. So just to clarify the plan with everybody, are we going to save Isaac, then go down to the town and staberize some holy men?
Staberize, pulverize, vaporize, whatever it takes, arise. I have a lot of cool new spells that I'm itching to try out. You should see my spell book.
We should, or at least one of us should go into town and find the guard lady and get some inside help. I mean, we have an in with one of the wall guys at least, right?
My best friend.
Yeah.
John Bogsbottomton and Marla Aldous.
How are we going to get back into the town that we escaped jail from without immediately being caught?
Well, I'm a people person. I can probably go in and talk to him and Sookala, look me in the eyes.
I will not.
Please look me in the eyes.
Okay, I looked him in the eyes.
I could do this.
No.
I mean, the one that flies could probably get in most easily. Also,
Hello?
what?
What?
Hello?
Is anybody here?
Who is that?
That's an outside voice. I thought it was Lessa being mad because we were ignoring her again.
Shit. Phineus, get the door. We're not
Lessa-
supposed to be here.
There are many creatures that can mimic the voice of a person. You must always assume it is a monster first.
Okay, if it is a monster, I'll club him.
Okay, I will strike it in the face with the X.
You hear footsteps coming up the stairs.
Hit him in the soft spot.
I will also go and see if it is a person. I step out into the hallway.
I also step out into the hallway.
You step out into the hallway, and coming up the stairs, sword drawn, shield in hand, you see Captain Marla. What the fuck? Captain Marla Aldis. Why can't I remember her last name?
Captain Marla, what the fuck? I love
hey,
that
girl.
name.
You're here.
I mean, no, wait. It's not us. It's someone who looks like us who's not fugitives.
She got us out of prison.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's been a long time, and I don't pay attention, and humanoids look very similar.
It's okay, Lessa. You don't have to kill this one.
And she sheaths her sword. I honestly wasn't expecting to see you again. Thought that for sure you were on a death mission.
We still are.
My protege has solved the mystery of what is going on here. I'm very proud of her. She did good work.
What is going on here?
There's a big crazy monster turning everyone into goo.
You know what? Any other day of the week, I would look at you and say that sounds like
What day of the
fucking
week is
crazy.
it?
It's a Tuesday.
That makes sense.
I'll always make sure to break news to you on Tuesdays from now on.
For some reason, it's always Tuesday in this world. I don't understand. I swear there were more days.
No, every day of the week is Tuesday.
The week is actually only one day long.
Yeah,
It's been 70 years since we left that village.
Is it safe here?
Relatively, but don't go into the you-know-where.
She doesn't. Don't
No.
go into the
No,
basement.
don't. It's
Go-
okay.
okay.
Shh, I pushed my fingers against her lips.
Okay, I have to go grab everyone else.
Everyone else?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, the town's not safe anymore.
Oh, is it because the priest is a crazy monster man?
Lord Vinland saw what the church was becoming and spoke out against them and told them that they needed to get their shit together. But
It sounds like something he would say, actually. Yeah.
the whole town turned against us and chased us out. Torches and pitchforks and everything.
Yes.
The whole town is in a riot. They've locked it down.
Did he die?
Where's John?
John's outside with Merrick.
Nice. All right. Got John.
We suspect that the church is headed by crazy people monsters.
Yeah, I would agree with crazy people. I'm not sure about monsters. They look fairly human to me.
Well, I am an expert.
All right, yeah, we've been doing research for the last 24 hours, and well, mostly Lessa has been doing it. Thank you.
Hi, that's me.
They're all infected in the town.
The whole town.
Whole town is infected.
Am I infected?
No, it's the ones that chased you out. They're really, really bad infected. Doesn't even look like they're infected, but they are infected. You know, it's kind of like when you think you're seeing something, but you're really not, and you're like, "Whoa, man, is this really happening?" And you have to like grab onto
I
your
follow
friend
you
and
less
be like,
and less the longer you go on. I honestly, this is above my pay grade. If you think you know what to do, I give you all my support. I'll do whatever I need to do in order to make sure you achieve your goal.
"We're going in."
Okay, I have to put Merrick somewhere safe. He's very sick.
Merrick?
Yes, he's outside with John.
Oh.
We can
Yeah.
put him in the very safe
Also,
basement.
he wanted us dead.
In the very safe basement.
No. No, he may have treated us bad, but we don't need to kill him.
The very safe basement that has a monster in it.
The very, very safe for him basement.
Listen, you can put him up in an uncomfortable room, but we're not putting him in the basement. Marla, can you come outside with me for a second?
Yeah, she follows you.
Sweet. All right, let's go.
You head
I need a
outside.
couple of your other friendos.
It's just the three of us.
That's it?
They killed the rest of the guard.
Everybody else?
Everyone else is gone.
Where's John?
John's outside with Merrick.
We're heading that way. John!
You run outside and you can see John Bogsbottomton, your friend who you sent off to steal things for you against his knowledge, is standing outside with Merrick Vinland, who is looking very weak. He is breathing very heavy and John is holding him up. He looks at you and says, "Oh, hey, Whizz.
John,
What's up?
how's it going, man?
Not good.
Missed you.
Yeah, it's not good. All my friends are dead or crazy.
Don't worry. We're working on it. Stay positive, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Give me one. Give me a fist bump.
He like slings his bag over his shoulder and holds Merrick up and like gives you a
Yeah.
fist bump.
We're gonna get out of this. A-okay. Don't know about him though. We're gonna work on it though.
Merrick looks up at you rather weakly and says, "Don't worry about me. I'll be fine."
Maybe we. That's a lot of wheezing. Whoa, man. Okay, maybe we should set him up with some of my shit.
You want to give him drugs. You want to drug him up.
He doesn't look good. Maybe he's only got a couple hours. It might help him.
He pushes the shrooms away from you and he says, "I'm fine. If I'm dying, then I'd rather be lucid in my final hours."
All right, man.
Marla and John lead Merrick into the house and set him up in one of the living spaces downstairs where they have gathered to talk and come up with a game plan. They set Merrick up in the room, and then Marla follows you outside.
Thank you. John?
John, too.
John, thank you. All right. We need all hands on deck. This is pretty heavy, so. He put on a couple pounds since you last saw him.
You walk
I was gonna make a fat joke, but then you beat me to it.
Yeah, so you walk outside with the group and go up to Isaac, and what are you doing?
Everybody pick a limb?
We're gonna carry him.
Yeah.
I touch Isaac's head. This is a limb, right?
So, yeah, a couple people gather around and start.
Yeah,
start
we need
lifting.
to pick him up and then go on
Where are you taking him?
back to the house so that we can uncrystallize him.
He's
Or
not
can we
that
just
far
do
from
that
the house.
here?
Phineus says we can unpetrify him.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, let's do that now.
I need the
Well, he's-
focusing crystals.
Will he still be infected even though he gets on?
Probably, yes.
I hand Phineus the focusing crystals that I'm still holding.
Yeah. As he's been tinkering, as you guys have been discussing what's going on, he's created kind of what appears to be a short staff, and he sockets one of these crystals into the top of it, and he just pops Isaac on the face with it.
Bippity boppity boo.
And like it flashes, but not as bright as when you saw it inside of Teddy. It's very limited. And Isaac, you feel time begin to move again. Like your face begins to slowly unfreeze. You've got an itch on your nose, but you can't scratch it because it's slowly spreading across. But eventually your whole face is unfrozen and you could feel your blood start to flow again and air start to move through your lungs.
Somebody scratch my nose!
Oh, I got you, man. I scratched his nose.
Oh my god, thank you.
Should I stop touch? I'll stop touching Isaac's head now. I'd stop touching Isaac's head.
what are you doing?
Human emotions? I don't understand.
That's okay. I like you too.
How are you feeling? Do you have any... Well, I was going to ask if you have any numbness, but you're still half stone, so that's probably the case.
Yeah, my joints are kind of stiff.
Yeah, that's probably going to take a while to wear off. Coming back is a lot harder than turning into stone.
Okay.
How was it? Did you...
How long have I been here?
7 years.
7 years, apparently. That doesn't match up with the timeline I have, though.
Well...
I'm just kidding. I didn't know how to break it to you. It's been 20 years.
That matches up even less.
They're actually illusions
shakes.
that I cast.
Wade shakes his head.
My jaw is just agape.
You're about half unfrozen now, so like your upper body is, but your legs are still stone.
Yeah, I'm still trying to process the fact that I've been petrified for 20 years.
It's been about 12 hours. Time is a construct is all I'm saying.
They're just trying to be considerate. I respect
I mean,
you
it
too much
felt
for that.
like it was only, I don't know, 10 seconds.
Well, shit has happened in that 10 seconds.
Yes, the big monster that we were hunting is in 6 million pieces.
No, not Teddy.
Yes, its name is Teddy. This is the man who sent Teddy out.
He's like inspecting you and like watching the unpetrifying happen, and he says, "Intriguing. You're still sick, which I expected, but it hasn't spread any further, so my theory was correct that turning you to stone would at least quell the infection."
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Don't know if that's the best path I would have taken, but...
Also
You're
less-
alive, aren't you? I think a thank you is in order at the very least.
Are my, legs still petrified?
You're about, your knees are still frozen.
Yeah, I look at the part of me that's still sewn for a moment, and then I look back at Phineus, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not thanking you for this.
Yeah, we all have to make sacrifices in the name of science.
Yeah, I don't think I really had a choice in the matter.
Oh, give him your teddy bear. That'll make him feel better when he can't run away.
Nobody likes Teddy except for me. I'm gonna hold on to him.
Isaac,
Teddy Triage is your best friend.
Isaac, do you like
What is
that?
that?
You like this thing.
You hear it like
What is that?
whir as it like moves its arms and legs like
You
robotically
like a little robot?
in Whizz's hands.
Isaac takes it kind of fascinated.
It repeats its little chime saying that it's there to stop the infection, and then it makes a click as it's trying to flash, but nothing happens.
Okay, I'm gonna have PTSD if I hold on to this.
It tried to turn you into stone
Yeah,
again.
I'll hold
Give
on.
it
I'll
back
hold
to
on to
Liz.
this.
Welcome to Tabletop Trouble, a horror podcast.
You guys know what kind of games I like to run.
Oh God, that's a person. That teddy bear is that is a child.
At this point, Isaac, you are totally unfrozen.
I'm gonna stretch.
Okay.
As you stretch, Phineus is like poking at your joints.
Stop!
Sorry, you need to be under observation. You're the first living person I've brought back from stone.
You know, I'm not a very angry person by nature, but I will punch you if you touch me again.
Fair enough. Just tell me if you start to feel any extra numbness or loss of breath or dizziness. It could be a side effect. I
I
don't
hold
know.
up my arm that's infected to him, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure any extra numbness is gonna be from this.
All right, fair enough.
We should take a long rest and recuperate all of our wounds and or petrification.
Once the contraption's done, I'll fly it to the town and we'll probably need to actually take care of the quarantine before we set off the
Wait, was
crystallization.
I really under for 7 years? What the fuck is going on?
Oh, I try to catch him up as much as possible by being as precise as possible, but in a whiz kind of way.
Make an intellect save.
I was gonna say, please make her roll for that.
Can I stand behind him, just kind of like shaking my head, just like no.
Straight intellect?
This is all wrong.
Intellect save.
Intellect save. Well, that's 9.
You explain the best as you can. You get some of the words out, like drone, brood mother. That one stuck with you, especially. Spooky monsters. But Isaac, you feel pretty lost by the time you get to the end of
Do I
this
need to
next
roll
one.
for
Instead of
comprehension?
brood mother, I call it big mama.
Okay, yeah.
I cringe multiple times.
No, you don't need to roll anything for your comprehension. You don't. You get about half of it.
Kind of.
We'll have Lessa. Yeah, we'll have Lessa
yeah.
explain the rest.
Yeah, Lessa-
She's great.
Lessa actually debriefs everyone on what's going on, and you guys set up camp inside this house with the door that is sludged down, and find a comfortable space for you to hunker down for the night. Welcome to another enthralling episode of the Bounty Board. We're 6 episodes in by this point, so you know how this works. I'm going to tell you guys to follow us on Twitter because it really helps us out. It's the most immediate way we can connect to everyone who listens to this show. So if you want to be more connected to us or to keep up with what we're doing, follow us on Twitter. We occasionally reach out to fans with ideas for the show or with a poll or even stuff that might help shape the future of the show. You can help us out by leaving a review on iTunes, but I've had a couple people reach out to me and ask what they can do if they don't listen to us on iTunes. And so we set up a Podchaser page, so if you want to leave us a review there, that would also help us out just as much. We appreciate it. As always, our theme music is the track Light Years From Home by Andromeda, so if you want to show Andromeda some love, please give them a follow at andromeda.bandcamp.com. We'd really appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys next episode. For now, enjoy the adventure.
I'm fascinated by what Les has presented. Is she like staying up or anything?
She's still like in a book.
Okay, I'm helping her.
Yeah, just make a medicine check for me.
Medicine. That's a 10.
Yes, so let me roll for her. As you guys stay up and read through these journals and these notes, you actually pick up on a new piece of information. You learn a little bit more about the colleague that sent this to Layla. The colleague who sent this substance to Layla is an astronomer from the city of Ashvale, who was studying an impact site.
It's aliens?
Well, there was a
it's
meteorite,
definitely
so
aliens.
we're fighting Venom.
Every time I think I'm gonna be the coolest character, he just brings out this bullshit.
So we take a big long rest.
All of you take a rest inside this house, and it's not like a super comfortable rest. This house has a very foreboding atmosphere to it, and you can't shake the feeling through the night that something is off about this place. But that's the same feeling you've had pretty much since you arrived in Bog's Bottom, because the ground itself feels sick. I need everyone to make perception check.
Kako got a 9.
Fuck. 10.
25.
Jesus Christ. 16.
Isaac, you are having a pretty restless sleep.
I have an Eldritch Invocation that I don't have to sleep. I can just, read a book or something for 8 hours.
Oh, you don't have to sleep at all?
Yeah.
You're like an elf, you just have to meditate for a while?
Yeah,
shit.
aspect of the moon.
Yeah, you're like a moon.
That's going to change things a little bit then. Roll perception again for me. So I want you to have advantage on this.
16.
As you are staying up, learning what you can from Layla's journals, Lessa has since fallen asleep, face down in one of her books. The little robots are tidying up the books and trying to pull it out from under her so they can put it away. And you hear the floorboard creak behind you.
I want to investigate.
Make a dexterity saving throw,
Fuck.
but make it with advantage.
Good thing I got advantage. Shit. That's an 8.
Oh man.
With advantage?
With advantage?
Rolled a 5 and a 7.
Boy.
Oh boy. You hear this floorboard creak from behind you, and as you do, something lunges from the darkness, and before you can turn back to see what it is, you feel a sharp pain in your upper back. You take 10 points of damage.
Oh, Lord. Pre or post rest, can he get those health points back?
Whizz,
they're temporary
you
hit
jump
points,
up,
so.
having heard this scuffle, and you could see a figure. Do you have dark vision?
Genasi have literally no useful skills.
You see
I levitate out of fear.
You see a dark figure stab Isaac in the back, and you can see light reflect off the blade as this figure pulls it out of Isaac's back, and blood flies out of the wound.
Oh shit, I'm gonna
Isaac yelled, can that wake us up?
Yes.
Alright, I wake up. I have dark vision.
I wake up and I shout, Lessa, wake up!
Make a perception throw. But you're going to have disadvantage because you're just waking up.
You only have one eye.
It's 14.
Should I also do this?
Do you have dark vision? Yes, but same disadvantage.
14.
Both of you get 14. It's a humanoid figure in the darkness, but it disappears somewhere in the house before you can get a good look at it.
I run to there.
I grab my staff and my stuff and I kind of run over to Isaac. I'm like, are you okay?
Ow, help!
Isaac, oh my god, you just got stabbed. What the fuck?
Yeah, and you could see Phineus lighting a lantern and
sorry.
lighting up this room.
I'm going to run past into the darkness that I can see through with my special eyes. I'm going to throw some moss and gauze at you and be like, here, use this.
Oh, okay. You kind of hit me in the head with it.
It's fine. You'll be fine. It's squishy.
Oh.
And I'm going to go search for Stabby.
Yeah, you push into the darkness and walk out into the hallway. The room across from you is where Marla, John, and Merrick are sleeping, and you see no signs of anyone else in this hallway.
I'm gonna go check on Lissa.
Lessa's fine. She was sleeping right next to Isaac. Isaac got stabbed, and then the perpetrator ran away. She's rubbing her eyes as she wakes up. She's clearly shocked by what's happened.
Okay.
Come on, Mr.
I'm gonna
Tracker, do
real
your
quick just
job.
kind of slap on the desk real quick, just wake up, monsters.
Yes, I'm awake. And she reaches for her club, slams it on the desk. She's like, okay, let's do this.
Yes. I stalk out into the hall and try and help find the person, the thingy.
Phineus walks out with the lantern and lights up the room. You see John and Marla have woken up, and they're coming to meet you to figure out what's going on. Is everything all right?
The crazy man with the knife stabbed comrade.
Is there anyone else here?
Well, there is the crazy man with the knife who stabbed the comrade.
What I meant was I didn't realize that there were more people outside.
Oh, well, yes, there is a crazy man with...
Perhaps we should search the house.
I'm gonna go to the front door.
It's still kicked open.
It's still. Oh, yes. Can I see any mushy footprints that are unrecognized?
No.
Even though I am a master tracker man.
There are no extra footprints. You can identify the footprints in the sludge from everyone who's in here, but no extra footprints leading into the house.
So they must have
So we
already
have
been
a
in the house.
locked door murder. Dun dun dun.
No, the door's kicked open.
No, oh, okay, sorry. Kick door open murder. Dun dun dun. So where is Phineus?
He walked into the hallway with Kako. Phineus was in the room with you. You saw the direction the perpetrator ran. Phineus was behind you guys.
Which one of you has light?
All right, we're gonna round everybody up, and we're gonna have a classic.
Could you cast light on several small objects?
As soon as I'm not bleeding.
Okay.
I'm patching Isaac up right now, by the way, but I'm like, let's get everybody back in here and try to figure out what happened.
Yeah, you gather everyone up. John helps the very weak Merrick into the room. He's wheezing very heavily as he sits down in one of the chairs, and you guys now have everyone in the room.
Are there little lanterns around or anything? All right, I cast Prestidigitation a bunch of times. Light all the lanterns.
Yeah, so you light all the lanterns, and this room is very well lit now. Everyone is gathered. You have John and Merrick and Marla. You have Lessa, Phineus, then the four of you.
All right, who stabbed him? Confess now.
Yeah, I just want to know why everybody seems to want me dead.
Sometimes it's your own dumb decisions that happen before you meet me.
I don't want you dead. I just want to know who the figure in the darkness was. But I wouldn't have seen them, right?
You saw like the shadow move away very quickly.
Which direction were they heading in?
They headed back into the hallway.
But it doesn't look like they left the house.
Well, they came from the floorboards, right?
Do the slime monsters
Not
stab?
like beneath the floorboards. You heard like the creaking of someone like stepping on the wood.
Oh, gotcha.
I would like to go check and see if the slime monster is still in his cell.
You walk up the stairs. How do you want to do it?
Cautiously?
Make a stealth check for me.
Oh no.
Can I be like a 10 paces behind her?
Too bad you're not a
kind of
rogue
thing?
anymore.
Make a stealth check.
It's a 14.
I got an 11.
Okay. You guys walk up the stairs very slowly, and the house kind of creaks as you do, and it's very quiet right now, and each creaking floorboard kind of like rings out and echoes through the whole of the house. When you get up to the music room, it's faint, but you can hear a sound of banging and screaming coming from behind the fireplace.
Okay, so the creepy one is still there. Can I cast Primeval Awareness?
That's the thing that lets you detect certain things.
Yeah, but like a bunch of things?
Yep. Aberrations.
Lots of
So
things.
I do see aberrations.
Yes.
Are those the sludge monsters?
You
It
just
can't tell you exactly what it is or how many there are. I can just tell you what is around you.
aberrations.
Are there any fiends, undead?
Undead. The sludge monsters count as both aberrations and undead.
There's some phase around you.
Yeah. Are there any
Fae.
phase except for these two? I can't
Again,
tell.
it doesn't tell you
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
You get a false positive from the Fae.
Cool. Awesome. That was worth a spell slot.
You know aberration. He said that the slime monster is undead.
Well, he said it's both.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
It's an aberration and an undead.
Can I just roll a perception to see if I can, like, hear or see any signs that someone has been through here outside of the party?
You don't detect anyone else.
Back where I'm at with Isaac,
Yeah.
can I just heal him real quick? I'm patching you up.
Man, kind of like roll my shoulder, work it out.
Ooh, I don't know. Some blood splurt out with that, and like,
It's not an exceptionally deep wound. It's almost as if because Isaac was aware of the perpetrator, he was able to avoid the full brunt of the attack.
I'd like to try something, and I think it's gonna work. It's a really powerful spell. What was the name of the guy who stabbed him? Kadabra.
Good try.
who's still in the room with me? Everybody?
Literally everybody but Sookala and Kako.
Everybody lay out your weapons. Basically.
You see Marla grab her sword, put it on the floor in front of her, her shield. John has a spear that he puts down. Lessa puts her club in. No one else has any weapons.
Now we
Isaac
know
takes his daggers and sets them on the table.
on the from the wound, it was a dagger wound, right?
You saw very clearly like the light, like moonlight catching the
Hit
blade.
the dagger. Is there any daggers missing from Layla's study?
You'd have to go up and investigate.
I'm gonna go up and investigate. Everybody stay here. Isaac, watch them like a hawk, or else they might stab you again. No, I'm just kidding. They're pretty reasonable.
You walk up these stairs, and you hear a similar sound to what you heard when Kako and Sookala walked up. The floorboards are very creaky. And you make it up to Layla's laboratory, and you slide the chalkboard open, and nothing appears to be missing. It's the same stuff that you guys took, but everything else looks to be in its place.
I walk into the office from the other room that I was in.
You see Whizz standing in there.
So, in all likelihood, they did come through the front door, I think.
You think the sludge just kind of like covered it back up because it's just sludge?
Or it's one of the priest men from inside the village.
But why would they just and then leave? Just like stab.
Because there are like 12 of us, and we would fucking murder them if they had, tried to fight us.
Yeah.
Alone.
Also, what was the point of stabbing somebody that was already awake?
Well, I imagine that the intent
what
was
do
to
they
kill them.
have against Isaac?
When we find them, we can ask them all these questions.
From Kako investigating the doorway, nobody has entered or left the house.
I just want to investigate the room I got stabbed in to see if there's any clues.
Yeah, just make an investigation check for me.
Yeah. 16.
You see blood droplets from the knife that lead out of this room. And then you see them stop, and they stop at the stairway, like right next to the stairway.
Look, in our defense, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, not detectives and detectives, okay? Why would we use the mechanics of the game to try to solve this mystery?
I'm going to rap on the stairs. Try to find something suspicious on it.
Oh, I thought you were trying to like make false footsteps up the stairs.
You walk around the stairs and pound for any kind of hollow spots. It's a staircase, so it's as hollow as a staircase is. Nothing in particular stands out, but you see in the back of the stair entryway, there's a vase, and below that table, you see a dagger covered in blood.
I go downstairs to where he is. I look at the ceiling. Is there anybody Spider-Maning up on the ceiling?
Your eyes turn upwards, and as you look up the walls and towards the ceiling, there's nothing up there.
Oh, Mike, you really had me going. I was like, holy shit.
Okay.
This is like The Exorcist.
I'm going to go pick up the dagger. Is there anything interesting about it other than the fact that it has my blood on it?
As you walk over to the dagger, you see a couple of impact spots where the knife may have hit something, and there's blood splattered on the ground near there, and then it's just slid under. You could see the hilt sticking out of under the table, and as you pick up this knife, it's covered in your blood, and it's a very ornate looking knife. It's got a gold hilt with a red gemstone in the back of it, and it's decorated as if vines are crawling up the handles.
Can I cast Detect Magic on it?
Yeah, if you want.
Can I cast Detect Magic on it?
Yeah, you wave your hands over the blade, but it's a non-magical. It's a mundane item.
Do we recognize the patterns from anywhere?
Not anywhere you've seen, no.
It was the old man.
Was it?
I don't know.
I feel like we met somebody.
Yeah, the guy
old
whose
man.
name is literally named Vinland.
The old man.
Oh, was it him?
Mr.
Oh.
Vineland.
How many rooms are there on the bottom floor that we have not discovered yet?
There are no other rooms that you have not discovered. There's the two big rooms, the one you're sleeping in, and then the dining hall that Merrick and Marla and John are in. Other than that, the room ends.
I'm going to use Siren Song on Vineland.
Yeah,
I'm going to use Siren Song for the first time.
Yeah, what kind of save is that?
It is a wisdom... It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save? You walk up to Merrick, who is breathing very heavily. You could tell he doesn't have much left in him, and you begin to just talk to him in a very soothing way to kind of try and get him to fall for your trance.
And does he?
He doesn't.
Well...
And as you get close to Merrick, you can hear him whispering something and then kind of muttering to himself.
What does he whisper and mutter?
You get closer to listen to what he's saying. He's just muttering about the end and doom, devour, and these very strong words. And as you get close to him, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Then I rolled a 2.
This old, weak man grabs you by the throat and choke slams you to the ground.
God damn.
Well, you guys are in the other room, but you hear Sookala crash to the ground, as he draws a dagger from the back of his cloak.
Fucking told you.
And stabs you. Yeah, you guys are all running in as you see Merrick Vinland looking much stronger than he was originally letting on. And he chokeslams you to the ground and stabs you with this dagger right in the shoulder. And he begins to like press down as hard as he can. And you take 9 points of damage.
All right, thanks.
Can
For those hit
Kako
points.
just run up to him and then, just kind of crack him in the side with the sharp end of an axe?
Yeah, make an attack roll.
Okay. I imagine it's not possible to just coup de grace this guy real quick. That would be a 12.
You run up to Merrick, who is currently on top of Sookala, with a blade driven into her shoulder. He says something to you. The observation cannot be stopped. And he goes limp. Right as you go to hit him,
Oh, God
he
damn it.
drops to the ground.
Nope, up. Bring him up. Old man, up. I want to set you on fire.
He's laying on
I
the
was
ground,
gonna, like,
limp.
Is he
Firebolt.
dead?
Make a medicine check.
I shove him off of me.
You son of a bitch. I know what's going on here. I know what's going on in this town.
All right, I
An
don't.
observation. This is all an experiment. This
Motherfucker,
test
are
we
we
got
in a
sent
computer
to
simulation? I need to go
this-
take a walk real quick.
the Matrix. We're in the Matrix.
No, it's not the Matrix. Like, I was gonna lie to you and say, yeah, you figured it out. No, it's not the Matrix.
That
But
wouldn't be fair.
we're under observation. My theory is whoever sent this vial here was expecting this to happen, knowing it would happen,
Unless it's like the
waiting
one-
for it to happen. I mean, who's gonna remember Bog's Bottom going off the map? Sorry, John.
Oh, no, it's okay. It really kind of turned to shit once my family lost control.
All right, well,
The town is yours again if you want it. He's kind of out of commish.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could be the mayor of a town full of crazy cultists and
We'll work
dead
on it
things.
after we save everything.
Yeah, okay.
welcome to the deep south. I don't know. Isaac was gonna do a medicine check on the old man, and I'm just gonna take care of myself and hope there are no torn important bits. I see Whizz is having a breakdown over there.
That was more Allison figuring shit out.
It's Dungeons and Dragons. You guys are allowed to talk outside of your characters.
No.
No,
right.
I am in the.
I got the old man off me, so you can do a check on him now.
This man is very dead. You don't see any, like, wounds or anything. It appears that he has just ceased to live.
No infection or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Marla looks over and says, what the hell just happened? Is he dead?
He's very dead.
I'm fine. Thank y'all so much. 2 stabbings in 10 minutes, and no one has even asked either one of us if we were okay.
Are you okay?
No.
So what's the plan here? What are we doing?
Well,
So
we were investigating who Stabby McStabbington was.
I figured out who the stabber was, and I kicked the old man's corpse. I don't like what you just did. Perception checks all around.
Everyone but Isaac make a perception check.
17, 24.
25.
You guys don't see anything.
25.
With a 25, you don't see anything.
Do we
But
hear anything?
you hear what sounds like claws and skittering, and it disappears.
The fuck?
Hey, Lissa. So sometimes the hunter must choose when and when not to deal with things. This is an abandoned house in the middle of nowhere. All the people who could be hurt are in this room. We don't have to stay here. We should all leave.
I agree with that. I would
Yep.
like to leave as soon as possible. I think there's rats in the walls.
I will jump out that fucking window if it means I don't have to get stabbed again.
We can't leave Merrick here.
Merrick is
Yes.
dead.
What is your concern insofar as Merrick?
He's my lord. I can't just leave him here, rotting house.
Take him out in the field, I'll cremate him for you.
Weren't you listening?
His body
Your new lord
is
is
not going
the boy.
anywhere.
I lost my accent, I'm so upset. I can't. Help.
Make a persuasion.
can I get some help on this? Like, I can't be the only one thinking this, right?
Can I help him persuade? Can I assist?
Can we make a communal persuasion roll?
Yeah, so roll 1 dice and add both your persuasion modifiers.
So I got a 5 plus 1.
11.
So we have a 17.
17.
I have
Yes.
a plus 11 in persuasion.
God damn.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
She says, no, you're right. There are more important things.
Yes.
We'll come back for him. She picks her sword and shield up off the ground.
It's not worth risking the living's lives over the dead's.
So before
gotta get out
another,
of this house.
okay, everybody, we're going to
I
walk
jump out the
and
window.
the
Like,
talk.
that's it. I'm gone.
NPCs.
What does that mean?
So I think we should send all of the non-player characters, excluding
John and
Lessa,
Marla.
should go back to the caves and collect our goblin army.
I understand where you're going with this.
We are going to make advances on the town and do something. That is the general plan, right?
Yes.
It would behoove us to also have a retinue of other, I'll be frank, disposable creatures. Tuck is not Tuck is not disposable.
I'm not cool with sacrificing our new friends.
No, we're not sacrificing. We will simply request that if things go the pear-shaped in the town while we are there.
The pear shape?
If things go tits up.
Yes. Thank you, Spirit. We are all outside of the house at this particular moment while we're talking.
I need
Stop rolling.
Kako.
Okay.
I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
That's a flat 20.
You feel something clawing away at your mind.
No.
As if it's trying to burrow inside of your head, but it gets like a grip and then it goes away.
Stranger danger.
Because I have the constitution of the rocks.
You guys are outside the house now.
2 guard people.
Yeah, what do you need?
We have a retinue of assistants in a cave.
Okay.
I will tell you where. They are not the human peoples.
They're goblins.
They are goblins.
Okay, yeah. What do you want us to do with goblins?
Oh, well, you're going to go to them. Tell King Tuck you are our friends. Make sure you compliment his crown.
It's very important. Compliment the shit out of that crown.
Yes.
Maybe call him Big Papa. He likes it.
Also, speak to Sarge.
Okay.
Have them come to encircle the town.
Okay.
And if there are any issues, then you all should advance and save us.
Okay, that's a lot to take in. I'm not gonna lie. You want me to go to a cave and find a goblin king and your friend who is just named Sarge? That's not a name.
No, it's not. But
Yeah, it's not.
It's all he
really
gave
not.
us.
Don't worry about it.
Why
You said
have we
it's a
never
lot.
questioned that?
No, we did.
I don't work for him. I don't know. Anyway, you said it was a lot, but then you summarized it pretty succinctly.
And you want me to launch an attack on the town.
No, prepare to launch an attack on the town.
We.
What am I waiting for?
Us to be in
Signal
trouble.
message.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
You know what? Sure. Yes.
Yes.
Me and John will go to this cave in the woods and find your goblin friend and Sarge and raise a monster army to fight the crazed church that's taken over. Oh my god, what is... Okay, yes, I'll do it.
This is the strangest Tuesday you've ever had, but it's not for us.
I don't know. This is pretty up there in my books.
I have had more
Usually
craziest.
it's like Wacky Wednesdays for me. I don't know.
What's a Wednesday?
And they take off in the direction of the cave that you've described.
Oh, Phineas, go as well.
Excuse me, I will not.
Why not?
No, he needs to stay here and make the contraption.
I'm
for us.
still working on a way to make this work. You need me with you.
He's got to super bomb the crystals to free the people.
Oh, do we need him here, though?
Yes. We need him with us so that when he's ready to super bomb, I'm going to fly up to the tower and send it off.
Plus,
But we can't send it off until we know the infection is dead. Because if I release it now, everybody that's in the forest that's been infected, which we know they are, is going to be released and still infected. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So this is really a two-step plan. Step 1, find the source of the infection and kill it or end it. And step 2, release everyone who's petrified.
I guess that's the... So we go to the town, right?
We need to be as stealthy as possible, though, when executing this two-step plan. Step 1. Okay. Step 2 can be a little bit more, let's go, you know.
Okay.
Step 1, we need to execute as much caution as possible, especially since we have multiple people out there trying to hunt us down. That could be...
If you're trying to get in stealthily, I helped design the wall that surrounds the town. I didn't add the refuse and all this garbage to it, but they sought my advice. I might know of a way in.
I don't have to miss you step in again, because last time that happened, it was not great. So.
And as you guys walk the path towards the town, You arrive on a hill overlooking the town, and you can see the walls of the town are lit up with torches, and you can see several of the townsfolk armed with pitchforks and torches standing on and keeping look out over the surrounding area.
I think they're waiting for us.
Yes. Phineas, what is this way in that you know of?
There's a small river that runs to the south that the fountain in the town lets out into. There's a gate there. It should be pretty easy to pry the bars off or blow them up or whatever you guys do. You're the magic man, not me.
Who here likes blowing stuff up?
Or you can
Sookala raises her hand very high.
You could try your luck with the main gate, but it looks like there's a lot of people down there.
Let's sneak around.
Yeah,
and
everyone
actually
give me a stealth check.
Sure you don't want, like...
Oh, okay.
Not a stealth check.
19.
Persuasion. I'm not here. These aren't the joys
Because
you're
that
looking
went so well
for.
last time.
I got a 22.
10.
17.
With how light on my feet I am, this isn't really working out for me.
Whizz, even with you stumbling through the sludge and the muck as you walk towards this town, you're able to keep quiet as you guys approach the wall. In the cover of night, as their backs are turned, you reach a section of the southern part of the wall. It has what appear to be like several doors placed in front of a small river, but there's enough space to squeeze in behind here, and you can see metal bars running out with water running out. It's not super deep. It's about knee deep, as it appears. This is just like a runoff.
Do you think you could pry those open, Water Lady?
What's the condition of the metal grate? Is it like real nice? Does it look fragile?
It's not nice. It's rusted. The bars look pretty brittle, and where the water meets it, it's kind of like worn away. Vinny's like, I built the thing about 20 years ago, so not surprised it's not in the greatest of shape.
I kick it.
You kick it, like some of the rust flies off, but it's still sturdier than that.
Well, I cast Dragon's Breath and give myself the power to spew cold, and I blow on the metal, and then kick it.
You take a deep breath and inhale a bunch of air, pulling it into your lungs, and as you let it out, a spew of ice and snow runs from your mouth and overtakes this water, freezing it and the bars in place, and you can see the ice cling to these metal bars as they're almost like shivering with the intensity.
Man, I gotta learn how to do that.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, kick it again.
Yeah, make a athletics check.
18.
Yeah, you kick this bar, and thanks to Sookala's cold, it disintegrates as you kick it. It crumbles, and the rest of them crumble with relative ease too, enough to the point where you can crawl across the ice now to get in.
I wouldn't have been able to kick it myself. I don't have shoes. That would have hurt real bad.
Isaac kind of clinks his boots together. Says, "Yeah, all right, that's all right. I got you covered there."
Us humans in our shoes.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, yeah,
believe
what
in
are the
those.
odds?
Humans
I'm
are
easily
weird.
killed and
Easily killed.
the folly of man and all that.
And I'm...
Isaac walks ahead.
Isaac, I actually need you to make an intellect saving throw.
God damn it.
Oh no, is that little gittering roach in one of us?
Takes mental damage from bullying.
Okay, it's an 8.
inspired.
You take 15 psychic damage as something is clawing away at the walls of your mind, and you can hear a faint whisper inserting thoughts into your mind that you aren't thinking. And as it pulls back the layers of your brain, what is your intelligence score?
Oh no.
About to be lower. The score or the modifier?
The score.
15.
You feel whatever this is clawing at the layers of your mind, but it pulls back.
I'm like holding my head and trying not to.
You're dumb now. You have to listen to what I tell you.
I didn't lose the intelligence.
Oh no, he rolled again.
Fuck.
You rolled against your intelligence.
No, go ahead.
I don't have anything to say.
It hasn't spoke to me yet, has
Well, I'm
it?
going to use 2d6 of my healing light to heal myself.
Why don't you like me? I yell at this guy,
Alright.
but not that loud.
Whizz, I need you to make an intellect saving throw.
Oh my god, it's me. I'm the monster. Can I roll to see if I'm the bad guy?
Ooh, intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ooh. Saving throw?
Yes.
Ooh. That's a solid 5.
Yeah.
Real
You
bummer, dude.
Feel something peeling away at your brain, and burrowing into the back of your skull.
I haven't felt like this since I was in the Fae.
You feel very lightheaded, and you take 14 psychic damage.
My mind was just blown, literally.
Literally.
And what is your intellect score?
10.
10? Oh my god. 6 plus
That was a nice
2
little cackle.
plus 1. You feel this burrow almost entirely into your skull, and you feel like a splitting headache, and then it stops almost immediately.
We have actually made it inside the wall at this point, right?
No, you guys are still standing outside talking
We've
to
just
each
been
other.
digging around us.
The bars are frozen. Did anybody try kicking them in?
The
Yes.
bars are broken. You guys literally just need to
I
crawl
would like
in.
to walk in. All our minds are being penetrated right now.
Yeah, you keep attacking us, so I don't know what the fuck your deal is.
That's because we're sitting here
You
digging around.
I go inside the wall
Yeah, same.
and peruse my surroundings.
Oh, God. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm okay, I think.
Yeah, you crawl into this. There are no torches lit in this side of town. In fact, you've never seen this side of town when you were in here. And the town is mostly quiet, but there's no rot here. You don't sense that uneasiness that you felt previously. And as you look around, the town appears to be in better shape than most of the surrounding area.
Well, that creates a whole nother sense of uneasiness.
Are there any landmarks in the vicinity that I could easily identify?
There appears to be a small fountain at the what appears to be the town center of this side of town. Mm-hmm. And you can see next to it a fire is going. And there are several people sitting around it.
I walk up to those people.
Oh, okay.
You give a jaunty walk up to the group that is gathered near the fire, and one of the figures steps up and looks at you and says, "You're new here." And Phineus says, "Maxim, is that you?" And he says, "Oh, Phineus, I must admit I wasn't expecting to see you here. Who are you?"
I am Kako, famed monster hunter. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Deacon Maxim. Former deacon, I suppose. Not much related to the church, though I do still follow their word.
I understand.
What can I do for you, my children?
Well, this place does not appear to be full of the rot and crazy monster people.
You are correct in that, though. It is a prison of its own kind. They call it the quarantine zone, though it appears to be safer than the other parts of town.
Why are you quarantined here?
We were all sick. We call it the rot. We all caught it, and we were thrown in here to keep us all quarantined.
Are any of you actually, disabled by this illness at the moment?
Well, no, we're not sick anymore.
How?
It's a miracle, really. A woman bathed in light. She came to us one night and took away the illness. She took it into herself and cured us all. They won't let us out. They won't believe us. And then in the center of the town, you see a dwarf drinking from a bottle of rum. He has an arm bandaged up. He says, "Oh, hey, it's you guys."
Oh my god.
Who is it?
Gorn.
Gorn.
It's Gwarn.
You're alive.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
How you doing, champ?
I'm
Holding in
alright.
there?
I'm probably gonna die soon.
No, look, you're all good. Everybody's good here.
Yeah, but I'm still sick. The lady won't come to me.
I'm gonna use suggestion on him. You were never actually sick, and you're gonna be okay.
He probably has some kind of infection from his fucking hand being cut off.
Well, maybe
I put moss on
this
it.
will
It's
save
fine.
him the fact that he's gonna drink himself to death first, alright?
Or that, and maybe liver failure gets to him.
Does any of us have any information regarding a lady in light thing?
Could you describe this woman?
Well, she's almost featureless. I believe her to be, if not an avatar of our god Lemira, the god queen, then at least an agent of hers.
Are we familiar with this deity?
It's the primary church.
Yeah.
Lemira is basically the creator of everything, like the queen of the gods.
Oh.
If you are sick, you should seek out her guidance. She is always willing to take a ill sheep under her arm in order to shepherd them to healthiness.
Yeah. Does she care about malefactors?
She cures all, regardless of magical intuition or not.
Where is she?
She appears to those who approach the old library. It's on the south wall. She has a tendency to appear to those who step inside.
I kind of nod at him, and I start headed towards the library.
Did I persuade Gorn?
No, he does not save.
You're not actually sick. And you're not infected either.
Oh, then why am I here? Why did I cut my hand off?
You should drink a little bit more, actually, before we talk about that.
I can agree to that.
Hey, cheers.
And he takes a swig from his rum and goes back to leaning against the bench he's sitting next to.
This quarantine zone, have you noticed anything weird around here?
Have you noticed anything not weird around here? Weird is kind of a relative term at this point.
Out of the norm. And the norm is already weird. So we're talking like on the spectrum scale of 1 to 10 is already 10 weird, then we're talking like a 15.
Let me describe things, how they've happened from my point of view.
Right.
I served under Father Gregor for years of my life. And one day after the illness started to spread, the man became more and more fanatical, claiming that we needed to kill malefactors in order to drive off this infection. I disagreed with his reasoning. It's nowhere in the good books does it say anything about that. But he insisted, and I was thrown out of the church the very same day I came down with this infection and was thrown into the quarantine zone. I thought I was going to die here. I fully expected to live the rest of my days as in punishment for speaking against Lemira's word. But then the figure of light showed up and took that infection from me, and I knew I was right. So I've been leading these people as best as I can. And for that, the ground here still produces life. Everything around us is dead, but the ground here it's good ground.
So somewhere else must be where the broodmother lies. We originally thought it might be in the quarantine area where the infection would be the most heavy, but this is actually a safe zone. So I would figure maybe it's in the church with Father Gregor. I would check there next because he seems to be leading this. These people are rising up and they all seem to be...
I believe there are still innocent people not under the control of Father locked away in the town.
Well...
I always believe innocent until proven guilty. But now
the church? Yeah. Fuck the church.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, no, it's looking real bad for them. I'm just saying for the innocents that are out there. I wasn't gonna go out and just gonna stab. That's not how I roll.
I do believe there are people still worth saving in the town. There's only one way, well, I suppose wherever you came from, now 2 ways out of the quarantine zone.
It's the other way.
3 if you count the big door that they've barred and locked up.
Oh, just a door with bars on it?
Probably heavily guarded as well.
I think we should also see to making the ice sack man no longer sick.
I'm not here.
You look around and it's like, well...
Sookala, are you hanging out in the town square or are you going with Isaac?
I'm gonna go with Isaac. That sounds cooler.
Okay. Maxim says to you, he says, so you could go through the big door, or leave the way you came and go through the gate, or you could go through the well.
So there's 3 ways.
I don't believe that the door is your best option. I believe it leads right out in front of the church. I imagine it's probably heavily guarded.
Okay. So this well is kind of like a...
The aqueducts run under the entire town. Theoretically, water should run from the church through the well. I haven't sent anyone down there to explore it personally. I do hear the sounds of screaming and yelling coming from the direction of the well, though. You should be prepared.
So go right to their front door and have a bad time, or go underground and have a bad time?
I think
Kako?
Going underground might be our best choice once the man comes back from being blessed by the weird angel lady.
I thought he was already blessed by a weird angel lady.
No, he's going to be blessed by a weird angel lady. I imagine a different weird angel lady from the lady that we don't know about, but...
No, it could be the same one, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but,
He never really talks about himself.
I just assumed he didn't like us.
That's a good point.
Then again, he might not have...
But I think he really likes like talking to me. I think everybody likes talking to me.
I don't think he's had the opportunity since
Maybe
he's been
you.
stoned for several days.
No.
As you guys discuss this, Phineas.
I know the feeling.
Phineas says, "Do what you want, and let me know what your plan is. I'm going to stay here and work on the contraption to."
Right. Do you need any supplies?
I've got everything, and he pats his bag.
Okay.
I need.
Maxim, if he needs anything else, get this man when he needs stat. I know you're already running low on supplies, but
I'll do whatever I can to help.
Okay, perfect.
I'll be here too. And Guarn raises his bottle.
Yeah, Gorn, my boy.
When you're ready to leave, let me know, and I'll follow you.
Okay.
All right, let's go find Isaac and...
Cutting to Isaac and Sookala. You are standing outside of what is a large library. There are lights inside this building. You can see candles in the windows, and the door is slightly ajar, and you can see more light coming from the inside as you get closer.
Feeling kind of nostalgic as I walk in because I haven't been in like a legitimate library in 5 years.
Yeah,
how big can the Bog's Bottom library
it's
be?
not huge. It's one of the biggest buildings in town.
Yeah.
And as you walk into the door, the books are like not on the shelves anymore. They're arranged into piles in various sections of the room, appearing to be by like what they're about. Someone has meticulously piled these books.
All right, y'all go get saved. I'm gonna go start digging through books.
I mean, that's basically what I'm doing too, is I'm just exploring.
I'm like a middle-aged white lady at a church rummage sale. All of these are mine now.
Yeah, you look through these books, and there's something weird about them as you flip through them.
Are they mimics?
No, the books themselves are fine, but the pages are like stuck together, and it appears like they were wet at one point.
Why are y'all wet? Isaac, your book's wet?
They're all like that.
Yeah. Does it seem like it's water? They're not like stained a different color or anything like that?
No, whatever has touched these books is clear.
Does it have a different smell?
It doesn't smell great. It's got a very off smell to it.
Can I investigate the books?
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, you look over these books, and as you open one, a large glob of slime drips out and splats on the ground.
Gross.
Black slime?
No.
Oh.
It's clear.
I poke it with my toe.
You poke it, and you hear a giggle.
No!
And this slime begins to, like, move and form in front of you into the visage of a woman. And she's got, like, a glow to her, like she's letting off light. And she says, "Oh, it's new friends. Good, I've been so bored."
Hello.
Hi, who are you?